everyone, it's Dustin with TechMD. Sorry about the camera above, I'm gonna fix it later, but I was kind of in a rush to get this video ready to go and customers waiting. We got an iPhone 13 that has front and back glass broken, but we're just going to be repairing the actual 13 screen. So right now I got it on my heat plate here, heat mat. And if your screen is still good, then I'd recommend just 80 or 90 degrees and then use lots of alcohol to remove it and very carefully. But I'm using pretty much the same techniques without the alcohol this time around. But if your screen's bad, who cares? We're gonna be putting an Apple Original on it. I still don't have my True Tone programmer, so I can't transfer the True Tone, but that is on its way. We're gonna need to warm that up for about 5 minutes and use a pentalobe screwdriver to remove the bottom screws. I use an iFlex tool here to enter in the device. Just like so. And if it's giving you issues, the best way, especially if you're trying to salvage the screen, is just run alcohol along as you work. That's going to help loosen up the adhesive. Okay. So it opens up from the left. I don't even have time to set up my microphone or plug anything in yet. And just looking at the screws here, getting a nice close angle without getting in the camera's view. And this is the only tri-point that I can see at the moment. We're going to use some 00 screws here. And this is my Phillips. I'm using some brass drivers. Really nice. Just carefully remove this out of our way. And next is our LCD cable. I like to organize the screws off to the right a little bit based on spatial organization instead of the numbers, as you can see here in my shot. Just organize it based on how I see it. This is the best way to be the most successful. Okay, now I'm just going to get a spudger and we're going to go ahead and disconnect the battery here, which is right there. Okay. And then next is we're going to go ahead and remove the display, just very carefully. If you use a fingernail, that's fine as well. Just make sure you attack it from the corners. And that'll help loosen that up real quick. Oh, look, we got that big old giant indent there. That's probably what happened to this poor guy. All right, now we're going back to some tri-point screws, and we're going to remove these 3 screws, and then we're going to put this back on the heater because it is glued down very tightly and we do not want to ruin anything. Now, since this is glued down so tightly, what we can do here is just help get some of this adhesive loosened up. I'm using 99% isopropyl alcohol. I don't want anything else, as this evaporates and it's not going to affect nothing. All right, we're going to let it sit on the heater. Mine's sitting at 100 degrees Celsius. It's fine. Remember, if your OLED's good, you probably don't want to go above 80, 90 max Celsius, because you'll burn the OLED and then you don't have a good screen to give back to Mobile Centrics or Injured Gadgets or whoever you sell your parts to. If you're looking to purchase parts from us, we sell the aftermarkets and originals, and the links are going to be in the description below. buy on Amazon. We'll have those links, but you will pay more. And it's better to purchase directly from us or any links in the description below. So this is our new screen. We're just going to be popping it out here. As you can see, it's iPhone 13 refurbished. It is the better graded quality that we can get. Getting one from Apple, well, you can watch some other videos online, but basically it's hell. Scratch that out, don't say that. Basically, it is a huge nightmare mess to order these parts. You're paying nearly what you could go pay Apple for. Plus you have to wait a week. Anyways, we're gonna go ahead and remove the stickers. Next is, if you want to reseal it properly, we're going to have to remove the old seal and glue down the new seal. But let's check our cable here and see if it's loosey. Oh yeah, comes nice and loose. I'm just using the plastic spudger here to loosen that up carefully. If you do damage these cables, we do have a very skilled technician who can micro solder just about anything. So feel free to give us a call and we'd be glad to help you if something happens. Just carefully lifting this up. This piece is being a little stubborn, so we're going to come from the other side. See if we can get it out of its cradle here. I don't usually like to use sharper tools, but sometimes it's better to, if the piece you're working with is not coming out, because you don't want to puncture anything. Still not coming out for me, so let's give it some alcohol. Oh, there we go. Alcohol did it. Nice. Let that sit there and dry for a minute. And that's our old screen. I'm going to set that aside and start working on this here. Now, there's a couple ways to tag it. You can put some alcohol around, or you can just scrub it clean. You can try to peel it off some tweezers. There's many different options. If you don't do this, the phone won't be properly sealed back up. And then you want to use the True Tone programmer to program your screen to keep the True Tone data on there. All right, so I'm gonna put that flat down on the heater and make sure the camera is sticking out just a tad. That way, the front camera, so that way you don't melt the front cameras. Okay, so while that's warming up, we're gonna go ahead and put our bracket on there. Make sure there's no alcohol left. If there is, just wipe it away. So the sensor doesn't want to exactly stay. And so what we can do is help it out with some T7000. Just some B7000 or T7000, just a light amount, just in case your screen's bad or something else is wrong. Probably a little bit more than I wanted. Just a very small amount in there. Even though the bracket holds it down, you should still have it glued down just like Apple has it. And just make sure that there's no dust in the camera lens. We're good. And next is cleaning off the frame. Let's see if it comes off now. Careful not to puncture your battery or it will explode. Now, another point to doing this cleaning here is there could be glass shards and you don't want to put a new screen down with glass shards, do you? That would crack your new screen. Alright, so what I like to do is get one of these little microfiber cloths, put some alcohol down on it. And then our plastic tool along the side here. Try to get it nice and clean as possible. It's not going to be perfect. I don't think it's possible without spending tons of time to make it perfect. But the goal is to get the adhesive as flat as possible. And turn back our heater on to 70. It turned off to 70 degrees Fahrenheit. So we can do some pressing with the new screen. Alright, next is we're going to put the adhesive on. Our trusty bludger out, press it down. Looks like our adhesive didn't exactly go on where we wanted it to. Just left it it up a little bit, push it over. All right. Pull this piece off. Just fixing our connections here that I pulled up a little bit on. And almost perfect. Now, since I kind of missed that edge a little bit, what I'm going to do is use my alternative adhesive, T7000, and make sure that any spots I missed gets covered with black adhesive. Ensures a good seal. Perfect. Before sealing it, you would certainly want to test it and make sure it works, especially if you're using aftermarket. But this is the only one I have, and it's original, so very low chance of actually having issues. Let's put our first screw in, which is in this corner. It's a tri-point, and the other ones were 00. Got a jumpy screw. Recommend magnetizing your screwdriver. I have a magnetizer. Our actual screw got stuck to the glue. Come on. Oh, this is a tri-point. That's why it's fighting me. Tri-point on the top right. Nope, it's not. It's a Phillips. And I think these are Phillips as well, as I remember. 00. Also known as. Seal it. Turn it on for a second. And voila, it works. Next, I'm going to just put a little bit of pressure for 30 seconds on the foam on the heater. Just a little pressure from the back. Probably about 20 pounds of pressure. That's it, folks. Go ahead and just turn on and test, make sure everything works. Looks brand new again. Well, thanks for watching my crazy video. Guys, have a good one. Appreciate it. See ya.